Good evening to you. In astrology, solar eclipses are seen as really potent moments for transformation and new beginnings. And they are believed to bring about shifts in consciousness and opportunities for growth and change. And the energy of a solar eclipse is so intense, and it really has potent a profound impact on our lives. I know I kept telling everybody in my network that I'm going to be hibernating before new moon, and that did not happen at all. So here we are. My name is Mariette, and I'm an astro coach and an astro artist, and your host this evening. I help spiritual entrepreneurs grow their footprint through a combination of astrology chart readings and personalized predictions. And I'm not only a astrology scholar for the last 30 years. I know I'm an early starter, but I'm also a very, very, very analytical one. Clairsentient and claircognizant, with access to Akashic records from a long line of Eastern healers. So you can have me as your compass to navigate to success. And this eve, we will look at what this solar eclipse is all about, what the current zodiac landscape is, visiting other planets, what's going on, see why this energy is so potent and why it's not so straightforward. And at the end of it all, I'm going to give you a short predictions to all the zodiacs. So if you are a Pisces, I'm afraid you're going to have to be here very much until the very end. Let me just bring you the next slide. Yes. So we can jump right into it because we are exploring the solar eclipse in Libra, which is going to happen on the 14th of October. Yes. Okay, so you got it. So, taking place in a cardinal air sign, which is Libra itself, on the 14th of October is the solar eclipse. And this eclipse is really invites all the signs really to establish better balance and harmony in relationships. That's the fundamental energy of it. So whether with a romantic partnership or relationship or friendships, it's time to consider how we can establish more equality and fairness in dynamics with others. However, it's not as straightforward as that. It's really not. It's since the eclipse is taking place alongside the south, the south node. And I'm going to explain all that. There will be a diminished effect, really, that unfolding in the Libra ruled house. So, and it's going to have basically different impact in everyone's chart. So if you don't have your chart, you can always reach out to me. I'm going to be very happy to help you with that. And fortunately, this is not unfortunate. Fortunately, this is something that it's a story that just basically just unfolding, because this series, eclipse series, is going to continue in Aries and in Libra until 2025. So you'll be able to really cultivate connections, and these cultivations are not one-sided, and they are really support your desire for true. These partnerships and connections are about true partnerships. And the solar eclipse that is in Libra and around the same degree, the last one we had, so now it's in 2023. The last one we had was in 2004. There was one in 1996 and 1977. So yeah, it's kind of a big deal. And even if you can't see it, you know how this solar eclipse initiates new connections, partnerships, and inspires to seek out those open and fair, balanced dynamics. It's just bear with it, because you're going to really, really get a really good grips of that. if your relationships have been really out of whack, this rare solar eclipse is kind of a last of its kind until 2046. So 2046, that's another 23 years, is to really bring that powerful new beginnings, and the area where you find difficult to keep the peace, to balance that. And major development, there are some really major developments in the personal areas that are ruled by Libra in your chart. So you're going to have to really know that which part of your chart is basically dominated by Libra, because most of the big things are going to be happening around there for you, in terms of house, in terms of what sort of planets you've got within Libra. It's very important. Let me change the slide again. And before I go, because we're going into right now, this picture is actually what you are seeing right now. This is the very beginning of the eclipse, and this is the exact location and the exact timing where the actual eclipse is going to take place. The moon, lots of sources are saying that it's actually taking place at new moon, and you can say that it's new moon, but it's not exactly new moon. I mean, it's 1%. If you look at that circle, and you can see in the inner circle, you've got some numbers going sort of anti-clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you find 12, there are 4 little signals, and the 2 middle ones is, one is a moon shape and one is a round circle with a dot. Now, the moon shape is obviously the moon, and the round circle is the sun. And these planets are incredibly close together, but they are not on top of each other. So the eclipse itself is not really, it's just before the new moon period. That is also a really significant one. And before I dive into that, I just want to basically support an amazing lady, an amazing friend whose event is coming up around Halloween. And Vicky, I'm going to share, if you don't know Vicky, I'm going to share her profile, and I'm going to share the link exactly where you can join this event. I'm definitely going. I know so many people who are going, because she is actually working with celestial energies. She's a clairvoyant, she's a mystic, she's a straight diver, channeler, and what she is really working with inner wounds, the really big, deep wounds that are stopping us from moving forward. So I really would love to encourage you, giving the shout out to her, because she's doing such an amazing job, and want to encourage you to really to sign up to this, because this is going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, back to our chart here. And as I promised, there's going to be a little bit, don't get afraid of this. I'm going to explain everything. So the big chart is basically the big stuff that is happening right at the time when the eclipse is happening. And those little funny signals on the right, symbols on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, they are basically of what planet is interacting in what sort of fashion, in what sort of way with one another within that time. This energy is something that is obviously not just specifically happening at that time. There is a certain amount of orbit that is happening with those, and this particular energy is kind of, we are talking about a time frame about 4 or 5 days that is very prominent in basically in everybody. And as we move along outside the eclipse and changing for the new moon cycle, the energies are going to be slightly changing. And again, according to what your personal chart is saying, it's very important to look at that, what your Libra position is saying to you. So back to this, and really to explain to you that what the heck is actually going on here, because there's just so many symbols and bits and pieces. Let me just pick up my notes here, because I've been doing so much to really to translate this to you. And so here we go. If you look again on the big wheel, first of all, the big wheel on, and look at the inner circles again, the numbers. Look at 12. You see it's almost like huge packed. You've got symbol after symbol after symbol. These are various planets. The moon is there, the sun is there, and there are some asteroids there, and there are some calculated. So you can see, compared to everything else, this place is like absolutely jam-packed. And Libra, it's known for its diplomatic nature, really the desire for harmony. And individuals that are born with Sun in Libra, they tend to be very charming. They tend to be very sociable. They're very light. They've got, but they also have got a very, very strong sense of justice. And they value relationships. They really do. And they strive to maintain that balance when they're interacting with others. Now, the 12th house, if you look at that, all that impact is happening on the number 12, is associated with spirituality, with the subconscious mind, things that are hidden, and the kind of the inner hidden weaknesses. And when the sun resides here, and right now it indicates that the self expression may not be uh, or not maybe, there may be more internalized and expressed through connecting to the higher and seeking avenues like artistic expressions or something that is really intuitive. There's a really deep connection going on there with the inner self and the outer cosmos. And there's a great amount of empathy that is striving through this channel towards the others. Now, this position in Sun in Libra in the 12th house is something that is very much linked to a huge, massive amount of intuition, that gut feeling that is just very profound, highly perceptive to energies around them, all sorts of energies. And there needs to be also a time, because of all these energies and because all this cosmic input, the individual, the person can feel so drained that they just need to hide and seek and seek solitude and retreat from all of that to really to connect to their spiritual side, because they just get so drained. Also, that could be a towards self-sacrifice, or basically putting everyone else's needs before our own. So, and this could turn into a victim mentality. So it's very, very important to pay attention to this aspect. Now, it sounds great as that, and we are looking at the sun here, but just hear me out. When you look at again, follow those numbers in the inner circle. When you look at the number 1, 2, 3, hold on, where is it? Yes, number 3. Okay, you've got a little purple sign there, and it says 27. Then there is a funny kind of zzz, and then there is 54. That is basically Pluto itself, which is in Capricorn. Now, this is a position, then in astrology we refer to it as a square. This is a very, very, very serious aspect, because this aspect is something that brings through the power struggle and the conflicts. So all that wonderful, beautiful energy that is kind of channeling and going through, there is a conflict in there is a power struggle there, and it can manifest as challenges in relationships, or you've got, there is some kind of a career ambitions that are really clashing with other people, with authority figures, internal battles. It could be something that there is something that you think that you desire, or your desire for control and your need for personal growth. So these are all kind of really, really crashing. But this aspect is, squares are good because in a way they are offering you opportunities of seeing the other side, so to speak, of how to transform and how to empower yourself. And it kind of pushes you out of the comfort zone, and it makes you really confront those deepest fears within you, the deepest fears that you don't even want to share with your best friend or with your coaches, with your therapist, with nobody. It goes really that really deep into the really the essence, the core, the nucleus of the insecurities. And you ultimately, when you overcome these, you emerge as someone magnificent, stronger and more self-aware than you've ever been before. So this imminently right now, this may feel like a crisis, an immediate crisis, a crisis on the self-esteem and within your relationships. Um, but on a long term, it's really going to be something magnificent. You also have to watch out, because this energy, the Sun Pluto square, it can be really linked with things like jealousy, manipulation, spying, domination, or even things like breaking down things, or breaking into things, or thefts, or loss of something, um something that you really don't want. So just be prepared for that. The Sun, on the other hand, again, we are staying in Libra. On the other hand, if you look at, again, on the number 12, the little red moon sign and the little red circle sign, they are kind of fairly close. That was that closeness that I was trying to explain to you, that about when the Sun and the moon within the chart is that close, and the moon is a little bit above, that means that the moon is just about trying to cross that Sun, and we are coming into a new cycle. It's just amazing. And you look above the moon sign, and you've got a little kind of blue little man. Is my little favorite one. That's Mercury. These three planets are so close to one another. They are all conjunct. Again, that's a term of basically explaining this, with this kind of connection. But in reality, when you've got Mercury, the moon, and the Sun this close with this aspect, it means that yourself, your emotions, and the way that you can communicate out all this, everything is in line, everything is flowing, everything is flowing. So don't be afraid. You are okay, because your elements are, it's all fine. Whatever that signaling is going through, that may be at the block, but within yourself, the blockage, there should not be any blockage, within you. And that's sort of that's already a great sign. Further along, because there is a lot more here. Okay. The next one is going to be a little bit, again, I'm just talking about of what are the actual energies that are happening around this solar eclipse, so you can understand a little bit more, more in kind of comprehension of what you are dealing with here, because it's just huge, it's massive. So let's look at, I would like you to look at a little thing, which is, again, you look at the inner circle, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you go on to 6, and you look alongside 6, you've got a little shoe horse shape that is kind of going up, and it says 24, then you've got a little red signal, and 52. Now, this is a place of which we call in astrology a north node. And happens to be in Aries right now. There's been a lot of those that are interested in astrology. If you know about, or if you've been following astrology, even a super fan of astrology, then you would know it even better. This year we are talking about the Aries, Libra, North Node, South Node axis. We are definitely not going to go into that, because there's just so much to unpack there. Right now is just, we are talking about North Node, the little shoe horse in Aries. What's the significance of this? The significance of this, that this shoe horse is kind of where you are heading in this lifetime right now. What is that journey? Where you're heading? And this particular little shoe horse is actually right opposite to those three planets that I've been just talking about, the Sun, a moon, and the little little Mercury. So in a way, they are opposing each other. So where you're heading in this life and this amazing harmony, there is a little bit of conflict there. So let's unpack that one, what that may be. There may be a challenging position between the ego and the higher purpose. And maybe there is something that you need to let go of to become self-centered again and to align yourself again with the greatest sense of who you are, what your meaning is, and what your fulfillment is, and where you are heading in this lifetime. So this is all about the ego and the higher purpose. It could also mean an emotional challenge from a moon perspective, emotional challenge and conflicts related to past conditioning, to your subconscious patterns that are no longer serving you, and they've been there for decades. And there might be that conflict there, or there may be some confrontations, to actually to move forward on this, because we are not talking about the North Node moving forward on the journey. There may be some blocks that are actually wanting to stop you to go ahead. The little on the little Mercury side, however, this kind of opposition could be related to something that is related to communication, learning, and intellectual pursuits. That's what Mercury is all about. So you may need to do a re-evaluation when you are withdrawing yourself. You may need to do a re-evaluation of how you express yourself verbally, and what is the best possible way for you to express yourself. Is it verbally, is it speaking, writing, maybe some artwork, maybe through music? I don't know. What is your channel? It's really, you have to sit down with with yourself and sort of have that conversation, and really you have to be just really open to new ideas and new perspectives. Now, the last big thing, the last big aspect, the last big kind of oh no, please don't. It says I'm having connection issues. I hope we are back, and I hope the connection is reestablished. The final big issue that I'm finding here around what's happening within the energy of this solar eclipse is the Venus and the Saturn opposition. So again, these two planets, Venus and Saturn, are right opposite one another. What does that, and where you are, if you want to have a look, and if you're not experienced, you can find Saturn on the number 4, and it's actually just moved into Pisces, and the Venus right opposite on the other side on the number 10 in Virgo. Why is this energy so important right now? Is when Venus opposing Saturn in a transit, which is right now, we are talking about transiting planets, it kind of can bring sadness and loneliness, because of delays and limitations that we are experiencing, maybe through emotions, maybe through love life, partnerships, maybe through finances, but there is certainly a certain amount of sadness there. And there may be not a good time to really to go out full on all the time and socializing, because there should be some alone time when you do the preparation, when you do the re-evaluation, and think about all those little things that are nagging you and you haven't done you haven't done them. I know it hurts. It even hurts to say that. I feel it. um, um, this is Venus, and this is Venus and Saturn. So if you feel a little bit of sadness, a little bit of gloom, That's Venus and Saturn, and it's definitely going to pass. Definitely going to pass. And before we going into the final chapter, I'm going to have to give out another shout out to another amazing lady friend of mine who just started her 12-month course. It's a deep healing and transformation course that really utilizes some amazing techniques, obviously on a spiritual level, that can help with overcoming traumas, with improving businesses, with shedding light on issues that you've been trying to work with for years. It's very powerful. It's very much about working with body frequencies, being in tune with your body, with the universe, with spirit. It's just so enlightening. I can't. Rachel is an amazing person. She's a beautiful, the most compassionate, empathetic healer that I've known in my network, and I really highly encourage you to connect with her. I'm also going to share her profile and her website, so please look her up and connect with her. And you've been very diligently sticking with me for the last 27 minutes. Thank you so much. And we can get rid of all that kind of voodoo predictions for each zodiac chart. I mean, this is just amazing. So I'd love to know. I know there's a few people online here, and I wish more of you would. Maybe I should do these videos later on. I don't know, but I want to hear it. Do you know your sun sign? Do you know your moon sign? Do you know your rising sign? What are you? I want to know. I really want to know. And if you don't know, then you can always reach out to me, connect, and I'm offering you your natal chart. And we'll see what sort of journey you're facing with astrology. It's just fascinating. It's brilliant. So, Aries, I'm talking to now people who are either Aries Sun, and if you know your ins and outs of your chart, actually, I'm going to have to bring in. I'm not going to bring in the really ugly side. This is the ugly slide. I'm going to bring in the beautiful slide. So, Aries sun sign, Aries moon, if you know that you are an Aries moon or an Aries riser, okay? What is happening for these folks around the eclipse? Now, Aries, the North Node is currently in Aries. You can't see on this slide, but there is actually a asteroid that is very close to this shoe horse shape. Again, look under number 6. You've got a shoe horse shape that's in Aries. Aries is your path of going forward in life, where you're heading with your career, with everything. And this little asteroid that is close to this is something that represents your core wound. This is something that you've been carrying with you for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So for Aries, there might be something that is really hitting them really right from the core. And that Pluto aspect that I was talking before prior, that transformation, that suffering aspect, they may feel it really, really, really profoundly. This is going to pass. This is just something that you're just going to have to deal with. You have to face those fears. You have to face of what is it? And who knows, maybe within the trials, you'll find some amazing answers that are going to move you forward. That's for Aries. Taurus folks are within this aspect. If you are a Taurus sun rising or a Taurus moon, it's basically you've got some opportunities actually to amplify your resources. And this is really good. Some really unexpected gifts that are flying might be your way. It could be monetary, it could be friendships, it could be any kind of opportunity that's going to move you along in life. So really, really be open to these, and really expect to create that abundance in your life. With what you've got right now is you've got two little planets that you need to work with. One is Jupiter and one is Uranus. Both of these freaking amazing energies. If you any kind of if you are a Taurus, reach out to me if you want to know more about Jupiter and Uranus. These are amazing. So just be open to that. Gemini folks is, hold on. I think I lost you. No, I haven't lost you. Gemini folks is, Geminis are a little bit kind of nothing really happening there. It could be something along the lines of, because Gemini is on the cusp of 8, it could be something that is, the energies are not as profound, but it's still hitting the house that is responsible for things like intimacy, shared finances, inheritance, transformation, something with the mystery, something with, deep transformation. They have to look out for something there. But unfortunately, Geminis is just not your time. It's not your time. Cancer is actually, they need to be aware of a little asteroid which is called Aster, and it falls in Cancer in this particular energy formation. And so Cancers, if you are a Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant, you have to really focus on, your focus is all about dedication, is all about commitment. And you are generally quite highly emotional in general, but right now that emotional state is even higher, and there is a sense of purpose, and there's a higher need for security and nurturing. So that may be something that becomes a little bit more clingy, a little bit more overprotective. So just watch out for those, and watch out your emotional well-being and self-care, because you are more sensitive in a way to those little things that that you get sensitive about. You definitely will feel these. Leo, around this energy is all about commitment. Leos are, let me go back to the Leos are, I actually need to see the other chart because that's more detailed, is we've got one asteroid that's in Leo, and it's a commitment that Leo is looking for in the professional life, in the field of long-term goals, in the field of reputation, professional image. Also, there could be some elements that are coming up with a father or a father figure, or someone, a very strong masculine figure of their life. So that is to basically to kind of look out for it. It could be actually a commitment to a love relationship, or a long-term love relationship, or maybe even marriage. Who knows? That's Leos for you. Virgos, what can I say for Virgos is, during this time is they really need to find, they need to focus on the following is, they're always very, very good when it comes to attention to details. But right now is they are very heightened with communication senses, with organization and problem solving. So that's for you, Virgo sun, Venus, sun, moon, and ascendant. And also the Virgos, there is a Venus in which is in Virgo, and I talked about the Virgo and the Saturn kind of opposition that really connects with the Virgo here. And in a way, Virgo encourages, or Venus encourages Virgo to somehow to be a little bit more kind of lovey-dovey, a little bit more affectionate, a little bit more kind of, put a little bit of tender love and care into those, daily kind of things, and small gestures that really show that show and demonstrate thoughtfulness and considerations. um, the Virgos also, they, because again it's connected to the Venus aspect here, they have to really pay attention to their appearances. You do that anyway, there is no question about that, but maybe there is more because of the Venus energy. Maybe there is more kind of, in a way, you have to beautify yourself. You have to really enhance that physical presentation. You have to make yourself beautiful. And uh, the Virgos are around kind of, when it comes to practicality over passion. Now, while passion is not necessarily kind of non-existent with Virgo, okay, um, there is kind of, there could be a little bit more that Virgos can actually combine that passion and the practicality in a really miraculous way. And Venus can be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful influence, and it's everything, beauty and art and love, sharing, and it's just such a beautiful planet. So Virgos, yeah, you're going to be really blown away. Well, yes. We've got something here that I've already talked so much about, really so much. Let me bring back, because that Libra house is just absolutely packed. I mean, I don't know if we've got Libra Sun, Libra rising, or Libra ascendant, and you know that you've got a lot of Libra energy in your chart, and Venus is really dominant. I don't know, guys. I'm really so much. I'm going to be thinking about you and pray for you. Really self-healing, realization, to huge, massive transformations, shedding and moving forward in life. I mean, it's just the entire lot. But in a way, I think if you be if accepting this, if you've been really kind of on a monotone kind of path, and you've been really expecting this kind of, I just want something to happen, this is that time when something is happening right now. And you go through this, you still got a couple of years until Saturn kind of comes into a little bit kind of further along on its path, and you become an absolutely amazingly transformed person. If you are a Libra, okay, Libra moon, sun, ascendant, or any big Libra energies, I want to know. I want to know about you. I want to know everything that you're experiencing right now, because this is just amazing. That was all Libra. Scorpios. Scorpio is Mars actually just moved into Scorpio today, and it's that particular, hold on, let me just bring back the nice slide, because this is so ugly, I know. I don't know whether you find it nice or not. I love it, but in a way it's really ugly. All you can see is just lines and symbols and some whatevers. Right, we stick with the nice one. Scorpio is because Mars moved into Scorpio. So in a way, it's Scorpio people, and there's going to be a big Scorpio season coming up. There's a really intense emotion going on right now. There's really focused energy and transformative power. That's all the Capricorn kind of going straight into it. And with these influences is really that can help the person to kind of raise an awareness and make the most of the unique energies. Scorpio is incredibly super complicated, whatever aspect you are trying to kind of dissect. It's super complicated. Just to say that from a light-hearted career side, that this aspect, if you are a Scorpio sun, moon, or you've got an ascendant Scorpio, you can really inspire. This is a time when you can really inspire people around you to pursue the goals and to have that unwavering determinations, because you are just generating so much energy from within, from the core of you. It's transformative, and not just transforming you, but transforming all of those around you. Now, bear it in mind that that it's be very careful when it comes to power struggles, and when it comes to things like manipulation, all those little things that can kind of come in a sneaky way. But this alignment is really great when it comes to doing research, when you're doing investigations, or you are diving deep into the subject of, or into your expertise, because you are just so focused, you are so determined, and you just put everything just falls into place. This is an amazing energy for Scorpio. It really is. The Sagittarius, well, I'm sorry to say, Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon, and Sagittarius ascendant, you don't really have much currently that's going on for you right now. If you are a Sagittarius, I'd love to know that what you're experiencing, if you are experiencing anything at all. There are no planets in Sagittarius in this current aspect at all, but the actual Sagittarius, the sign itself, is actually crossing on the cusp of the second house. So if I really want to be kind of picking things, Sagittarius itself, they really have to pay aspect to those things that are happening with finances, with money, with their income, with their daily routine, with the things that are generating income, their little habits that they are doing on a day-to-day basis, their values, their jobs, and the work ethic. It's kind of paying attention along that side. But sorry, Sagittarius, that's what we've got. Capricorn, we are nearly there. Capricorn is it's the influence of the Pluto is in Capricorn, actually, and it can bring about a so Capricorn sun, moon, and ascendant, that whatever systems, whatever belief systems and value systems you've been working with, they are just not serving you anymore, and the structures are obsolete. They're no longer, that this is the purpose is lost. And it could manifest in various ways. It could thank you so much for the comments. Hi Claudia, great to have you. Carsten, absolutely amazing. Michelle, fantastic to have you here. Claudia, yes, you're a Leo. I don't know whether you managed to catch the Leo or not, but we were talking about commitment with Leo. I think you're just going to have to look it back. I'm so sorry. So back to Capricorn. This could manifest in things like your economy situation, your financial situation, your business practices, and really what's happening within your social life. So you look at your social circle, what is around you. There is something of structures that are just no longer serving you, and you have to take responsibility. You have to be there and take the actual action to go out there and say that, no, this is transformation time. This is introspection. And, I want to confront those fears, and I want to confront those beliefs and thoughts that I thought that they were right, but they're not really. They're just not serving me anymore. There's just nothing more than just limitation. And I want to move forward into a personal empowerment position, empowering position. It's not easy. Yeah, I totally get that. Capricorns, that's what you've got. You've got Pluto. I'm so sorry. Aquarius, again, Aquarius is a very, 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 very quiet house during this eclipse. And I think the Aquas, if they are focusing on they are on actually the cusp of the fourth house, which is linked to the family life, home, self-care, emotions, children, and it's very often linked with femininity, with women, with feminine, with females and women themselves. Is those sort of areas that they have to look into, but there is not a big sort of aspect that is really happening there. And last but not least, Pisces. Pisces, thank you so much. If you waited this long, or if you're watching the replay, then you're just going to straight to the end here. And it's 46 minutes, and here we are. Pisces, you just had the most amazing, actually not now, it's a little bit earlier on, that actually Saturn transited into Pisces. And there is another planet that's in Pisces as well, and that's Neptune itself. And Pisces and Neptune, obviously that's a planet, and the zodiac and the ruling planet, is Pisces feels really good here. For Pisces, it's like, wow, this is just freaking amazing. This is the coolest thing ever. What actually is happening here, or maybe happening for a Pisces, and here, all my spiritual buddies, my friends, my wonderful tribe, you may experience a very heightened sense of spirituality and emotional depth that is very rare for you. And this depth is also encouraging you to go deep within, and to also to transform yourself and grow yourself. You'll be more compassionate, you'll be more empathetic, and you'll be also connected more with your inner self. So I know that, you Pisces, you give so much out, so much to other people, and there's so much depleting themselves, because this connection is now coming back towards yourself as well. Please just take care of this, take care of yourself and your feelings. Now, Saturn in Pisces, the planet that just started its journey in Pisces, it also highlights the boundaries and setting the realistic expectations. Now, when Neptune, the ruling planet of Pisces, just wants to go like, oh, I'm absolutely everywhere, Saturn says no. It's, we have to have those boundaries. We have to take responsibility for our actions and make conscious choices based on our values. So this may be something that kind of, you may need to be more patient than usual, because there are challenges and limitations because of this Neptune influence. But it's for a personal development. You're working towards a personal development through perseverance, in a way. And it's a deeper understanding. What you are having right now, it's a deeper understanding that can lead to real self-discovery. And also, because we are working here with a lot of Libra energy, is the discovery, the soulmate connections within your tribe. So these are real relationships. So open the channels for communication, for building trust, and to be there for the emotional support within the partnerships, and also to protect yourself through these relationships, because I know that you are just so vulnerable and so precious. So, my lovely zodiac enthusiast, that was all the solar eclipse, and I hope really that you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And let me know in the comments that your takeaways. And I'm going to do another live next week, which is, I'm going to be super excited because it's new moon cycle. So I'm definitely, I'm not hibernating then. And maybe I'm going to do the show a little bit later, so more of you can join. I'm wishing you a fabulous eclipse, and let me know in the comments of what actually is happening with you right now. You can actually join Astro House, which is a private community. And this is my own community where we are just astrology inspired people, basically networking with one another and just exchanging experiences and really helping each other grow in personal and in professional life. Astrology in itself, it's a blueprint. It's a magnificent path that is just lined out for us individually. And if you've got a compass, please allow me to be, I want to be your compass to navigate you. So until next time, I'll see you there.